This packet summarizes statements made by the host, Brittney, during a public livestream on April 15, 2025. It isolates the portions about other creators/audiences, separate from any discussion of CP, and captures a. What was said or shown on stream and b. Why each item may matter under platform rules or law. Sources are the original livestream and mirrored clips preserved the day of broadcast. Items are either brief quotes or close paraphrases drawn from those recordings. This summary does not assert truth of any factual accusations. It documents what was presented to viewers so that reviewers can assess potential violations, harassment/hate, targeted abuse, doxing/evasion, and any defamation exposure tied to specific claims, e.g., criminality, fraud, racism. 1. Target, Clue, Criminality/KKK. What Brittney said, called Clue a racist and a deviant, used mocking nicknames, Rotunda, Honeysee, Cross-eyed Bullfrog, Side Lipstick. Alleged Clue doesn't want to live near black people, and referenced a prior, preheat the oven, remark about a child death. Why it matters. Targeted harassment about appearance/health. Serious racism accusations that can be defamatory if untrue. Useful to YouTube. Risky legally without proof. 2. Target, Clue, money/grift. What Brittney said, claimed Clue took Billboard money without full receipts, mocked a super chat Ask Me Anything as a cash grab, called her stingy, a taker, and said she never gives super chats. Why it matters. Fraud/scam claims raise defamation risk if false. Still relevant for harassment/abuse reports. 3. Target, Clue, evidence control. What Brittney said Clue flips streams from public to subs only to members only to private, and urges people to record them. Why it matters. Suggests circumvention and potential evidence evasion. Helpful for platform escalation and preservation requests. 4. Target, Billboard's awareness campaigns. What Brittney said, claimed Clue or associates bragged about getting billboards taken down, contrasted that with others who actually put them up. Why it matters. If true, it's interference with awareness efforts. If not, it's potential defamation. Flag for counsel. 5. Target, Queen Bee. What Brittney said, framed Queen Bee as a drama channel that uses true crime as a leg up, jumps on trending, drags me every day, and runs a cult-like chat that makes an example of dissenters. Why it matters. Indicates coordinated dogpiling across channels, relevant to YouTube for harassment patterns. 6. Target, Granny, GW. What Brittney said GW lies, feeds talking points behind the scenes, and acts like a cult-style leader who makes examples of people. Why it matters. Alleged orchestration, good for pattern logs. Legally safer when paired with evidence. 7. Target, nonsense/J for justice/others. What Brittney said, grouped them as a gang that drags daily, needs our content, sheeple, clowns. Why it matters. Group targeted harassment tone, capture screenshots to show incitement/dogpiles. 8. Target, Terri Lynn. What Brittney said Terri Lynn told her to go to the gym about her sex life and mocked that she's always in her car at 4 a.m. searching a park. Why it matters. Shows back and forth personal attacks and appearance/sexual ridicule, useful context for moderation teams. 9. Target, Voices, via Clue. What Brittney said, accused Clue of belittling Voices for being broke and dismissing her after taking support. Why it matters. Financial shaming/harassment pattern. Attach original clips when reporting. 10. Target, past case conduct, Quinton Simon/Billy Joe. What Brittney said, claimed Clue used Sure to access Billy Joe, then told BJ privately not to trust Sure to keep BJ for herself. Why it matters. Character attack alleging manipulation. Potential defamation if untrue, needs receipts. 11. Target, rival audiences. What Brittney said, referred to rival chats/usernames with demeaning labels. Cellulitis fupus sloth, racist crowd, unemployable, losers. Why it matters. Audience-targeted harassment is taken seriously by platforms. Collect chat screenshots. 12. Target, they're all criminals motif. What Brittney said, claimed Clue's circle is full of felons/criminals and that each and every one of them has records. Why it matters. Criminality claims are high risk if false, still harassment if used as insults. 13. Target, court date hype. What Brittney said things always get rough before hearings and predicted others would replay inflammatory segments. Called it a repeated pattern. Why it matters. Shows timed escalation tied to proceedings. Useful context for YouTube and counsel. 14. Target, cult framing. What Brittney said described the other side as a hate cult, with echo chamber thinking, coercive loyalty and super chat incentives. Why it matters. Supports an organized hostility narrative rather than isolated comments. 15. Target, claims of racism, Clue. What Brittney said repeatedly labeled Clue racist, linked to KKK and Aryan associations and said she's proud of it. Why it matters. Extremely serious claims, defamation exposure without proof. YouTube may still treat this as harassment if used as epithets. Taken together, these segments show a pattern of targeted insults, allegations of serious misconduct, racism, fraud, criminality, audience-directed ridicule and claims of cross-channel coordination. For YouTube, this material is offered for review under policies covering harassment and cyberbullying, hateful content, and circumvention/evidence removal. For law enforcement, this packet is background only. Unless coupled with direct threats, stalking, or doxing, most items are platform policy issues, but they may be relevant if part of a broader intimidation campaign. For counsel, several statements, particularly those asserting fraud, criminal records, or racist conduct as fact, may warrant a defamation analysis depending on evidence. Brittney's conduct in this livestream went well beyond tough commentary. In her own words, she repeatedly targeted specific creators with appearance-based insults, health shaming and racially charged labels, made categorical claims about fraud and criminality without providing proof, and encouraged recording/locking down streams in ways that suggest coordinated dogpiling rather than debate. That pattern matters. On YouTube, sustained personal attacks and slurs against private individuals or creators can qualify as targeted harassment. Repeating unverified accusations of racism, fraud, or criminal history risks defamation. And behavior that looks like brigading, stalking, or dox-adjacent intimidation can draw privacy and safety enforcement. Any of these can lead to content removal, strikes, demonetization, and ultimately channel termination, especially when it's not a one-off but a repeated approach. Beyond policy, this style of engagement harms viewers and the broader community. It normalizes cruelty, chills good faith participation, and muddies public understanding of an already sensitive missing child case. If Brittney wants to keep a platform and contribute meaningfully, she has to pivot, focus on verifiable facts, drop the personal and protected class attacks, correct or retract unproven claims and shut down pile-ons. Otherwise, the consequences won't just be reputational, they'll be her channel.